What's going on? It's Audrey here with cbcanetwork.com. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another weekly live stream. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to the live streams, on this channel, we help entrepreneurs and business owners get access to capital and business funding using a simple 5-step process. So welcome back to the channel. Glad you could be here. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like this type of content. Make sure you hit a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It helps our content get out to a wider audience, and we greatly appreciate the support. Also, if you like live streams and you have weekly questions, or if you have questions about where you are, you're stuck in your process, make sure you tap in and hit the notification bell so that you can get alerted whenever we do these weekly live streams. All right. So welcome back, family. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Hopefully your week has been productive. I've had a very, very, very productive week. Had a lot of different entities reach out to me. So we got some big things in the works for you guys. So for those of you that are coming to the next one-day masterclass on March 26th, you're in for a big treat. So be on the lookout for that. As you come into the chat, make sure you tap in what city, what state you're tapping in from. As always, you know I'm right here in the good old North Kakalaki, Charlotte, North Carolina, tapping in as always. We're going to have a good show tonight, man. We're going to get into some basics, man. We're going to talk about bank relationships tonight. So how to actually establish bank relationships. It's one thing that I don't see a lot of people talk about. Shout out to Credit Plug. He definitely talks about it a lot, but we're going to really dig into how you can actually build business relationships with multiple business banks and how that should look. So that's what we're going to get into tonight. Make sure you tap in. Let me know what city, what state, what's going on. Coach Ursula, the family online training student, tapping in from Birmingham, Alabama. That's a hot real estate market too. I definitely got to get in that market. What's going on, Charlotte? What's happening? Tracy in the building. What's going on, Corey in Ohio? Ohio is in the building. Welcome, man. Callie is in the building. Shout out to Miss Diane, one of our online training students. Miss Belinda Hamilton is in the house. B Ham is in the building, representing. Roll Tide, I already know. Let's see. When do we pay for the recording of the masterclass? So that's a great question. So if you text the letters EZ, and I'll put it on the screen. If you text EZ to 980-825-4360, we did do a early bird special. Sorry about that, for the recording only, for the 24-hour recording. So that did go away. But if you get a general admission or VIP ticket, you will have access to the Facebook group. The recording will stay live in the Facebook group for 72 hours inside of the group. So you still have access to it, the recording. So if you can't make it live, as long as you're in the Facebook group, you'll have access to it for 72 hours to go back and watch. All right. Let's see. What's going on? Par Hump, Nevada. What's happening? Miss Belinda. Yeah, so the masterclass, we'll be sending out emails probably tomorrow or Friday, and you'll get access to the Facebook group. So we try to do that because we try to get everybody registered, because what happens, Belinda, and I apologize if you didn't get a confirmation. You should have got a receipt when you purchased. But what happens is people come in last minute and they try to register for the masterclass, and then they can't get added to the Facebook group. So what we try to do is we try to get everybody who purchased a ticket, we'll get you into the Facebook group one good time. And then from there, we'll leave sales up till Wednesday of next week. And then on Thursday, we'll add all of the people from today forward into the Facebook group, because the actual event takes place in the Facebook group. So there's a dedicated Facebook group for the one-day business funding masterclass. And the only way to get access to that Facebook group is if you are either VIP or if you're general admission. Now, the only difference between VIP and general admission is that VIPs, you get an hour Q&A and live call via Zoom the day before the masterclass and an hour after the masterclass. So you get actually 2 more extra hours with me to ask questions, get strategy, get game. We got some new plays. We definitely got some new plays, some new funding plays. So that's the only difference between VIP and general admission. General admission, you just get access to the Facebook group. You'll be in there. And we're actually going to be changing up this masterclass. I want to make it more. I'm going to change some things up. So I'll leave it at that, Belinda. But just get with me, shoot me an email, and I'll make sure to get you the link to get inside the Facebook group for sure. Let's get into it, family. As you guys come in again, make sure you tap in and let me know what city, what state you're tapping in from. Also, real quick, before we get going on tonight's topic, if you are looking to build business credit, if you're new to building business credit, if you just want to learn the strategies and tips on how to start building business credit, and make sure you tap on this link right here, 80paydexcheatsheet.com. This cheat sheet will help you start building business credit in as little as 45 days and show you the exact steps on how to build business credit in 60 days or less. It says, yes, it does not take 6 months to build business credit. So make sure you get your 80paydex cheat sheet. But I wanted to kind of bring up something tonight for the family. And the reason being is that, tonight's topic, right? We're talking about banking relationships, banking relationships. And I'm going to kind of use my own story as an example of how relationships can actually work. In next week's live stream, I'm actually going to talk about my business credit journey. So for those of you who attended any of the previous masterclass, I kind of deep dive into my actual business credit journey. I'm actually just going to do that on the YouTube next week, because I don't want to take that time away from you guys' learning. The masterclass is not about me, it's all about you. But I do want to kind of just shed some light on my journey just a little bit, because, I've been doing this for about a year or so. So we'll shed some light on that. We'll just kind of touch on my business credit journey. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of bring up this article, man. So I want to bring up this article, share my screen, and kind of just talk about what I'm starting to see. Why is this screen recording? Hold on, guys. All right, so here's an interesting headline, right? So if you're kind of looking at my screen, right, you can see that this is First Horizon Bank, right? Right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Can't really see that, but that's a business credit card from First Horizon Bank, right? And I've been a customer of this particular bank since about 2015, right? Personal and business, right? And for those of you, again, who've attended any of the previous masterclass, we kind of deep dive into bank deposits and how that all should look. But I'm just giving you guys some game tonight on how your banking relationship should look. And the reason why I bring that up is because this First Horizon was actually bought out by TD Bank, right? And for those of you that are not familiar with TD Bank is another small business, startup friendly business bank, right? So they focus on primarily business, small business customers, right? I think that tagline is they are America's most convenient bank. I don't know how true that is or not. So let me know in the comments if you guys bank with TD Bank, or if you know someone that banks with TD Bank, if they can kind of shed some light on if that statement is true or not. But I don't bank with TD Bank, but I have good relationships with some individuals at TD Bank. But to just kind of shed some light on the situation, right? So I've been a member of First Horizon since 2015. And so basically I have a deep-rooted deposit history with this bank, right? And so the fact that this bank is being bought out by TD Bank kind of changes things. But what I'm hoping is that now that I have a relationship with First Horizon, who is now bought out by TD Bank, that it will get me into the TD Bank family of credit cards. So I'm hoping that now that I have a relationship with First Horizon, they can now offer me some TD products, right? And for those of you not familiar with TD Bank, they're one of the largest banks in the state of New Jersey. So for all of my Jersey people, definitely check out TD Bank. They're great for business advisor credit, business credit cards. Their business credit card does report to personal, so I wouldn't do a business credit card with them unless you're trying to build your personal profile out. But other than that, yeah, so I just want to kind of read through this article, right? So let's kind of go through it, right? It says, I am pleased. It says, Dear First Horizon client, I am pleased to share some exciting news about First Horizon Bank. On February 28th, First Horizon entered into a definitive agreement to be acquired by TD Group. We believe the merger and our combined offerings significantly enhance our ability to serve you, our client, with world-class financial products and services delivered by bankers you know and trust. So I want to highlight that, right? That part, bankers you know and trust. And the reason why I highlight that part is because I, over the years at First Horizon, have built relationships with several branch managers, several business bankers, and tellers, right? When I go to First Horizon, hey, Mr. Truesdale, how you doing? Shout out to the homie Dominique. She was one of the client relationship managers at the branch I normally go to, but she just got promoted to branch manager at another bank, at another First Horizon bank. So shout out to Dominique. But I know her by first name. She knows me by first name. Miss Lisa, who was one of my first business bankers when I opened up. And so let me give you a backstory. First Horizon actually bought out Community Credit. It was a community bank. So Community First Bank. That was the name of the bank. I had a business account with Community First Bank, and First Horizon bought out Community First Bank. Ms. Lisa has been a banker since I was with Community First Bank. Okay, so she's been there well over the course of my banking relationship history with them. Now, why do I bring this up? Because you normally don't get that firsthand, in-person, treatment, right? You don't get that one-on-one. They know your name, they know your business, they know your kids went to school here, they're in the community. You can have conversations with them, right? Normally, when you bank with like a Chase or Wells, most of those people are salaried employees who are kind of just hired to kind of meet quotas. Not saying that a Wells Fargo or a Bank of America is not a good option for a business bank. I bank with Bank of America and they're great. But what I'm basically saying to you is when you have a relationship with your business banker, sometimes they can kind of move some things around. Sometimes things can kind of play in your favor. And I'll give you an example, right? For those of you, and next week we'll get into my business credit journey, my business credit story. But part of my story was that back in 2020, January, I had a late payment that hit my credit reports, right? Dropped my scores, I want to say 90 to 100 and something points, right? But over the course of 2020, right, then COVID hit in March, right? So 2020, January, scores drop. March, COVID happens. April, closed 2 deals. And so I was closing deals, had revenue coming in at the time. For those of you not familiar, my first business was in creative real estate wholesaling. So I closed 2 deals in April, had some revenue, had bank deposits, right? High deposits, right? In the business account. So about August, maybe end of July in 2020, after the dust had kind of settled on those late payments, and this should help a lot of people out who are maybe struggling to have challenges with your personal credit, right? Not all is lost when you have personal credit challenges. And I harp on this so much at the boot camp, at the Masterclass. I harp on bank relationships, right? Relationships. I was still able to get approved for a $6,000 business credit card with that bank, even with a 660, 670 something credit score. Okay. And the reason why I'm making that point to you is because they know me, they knew my business, they could pull up my account, they could look and see that I have deposits, I have a track record of how much I keep in a business checking account, how much is coming out on a monthly basis, right? And so let's kind of deep dive into banking relationships. Okay. So I kind of wanted to open up with that because as you can see here, First Horizon has been bought out by TD Bank, right? So that just puts me in the TD Bank family now, right? And so, just to kind of wrap up, it says that basically, you may also be interested to know that TD Bank has over 25,000 U.S. associates and over 1,000 banking centers, and is headquartered in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So, like I said, they're one of the largest banks in New Jersey. I want to say they are the largest bank in New Jersey. And then they have a combined organization of approximately $614 billion in assets across 22 states. So, for all my Florida people, all my Tennessee people, North Carolina, we got to represent too, South Carolina. This merger is a game changer because now that these two banks have merged, they have more access to lend capital and they're small business friendly. So I would highly suggest if you're in the South, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, check out TD Bank and First Horizon. But I say all that to say, even with a not so pretty credit score, I still was able to pull out a $6,000 approval. Now, a lot of you will say that's not a lot, right? I have business Amexes with $20,000 limits, other cards, BB&T with higher limits, but it's not about the limit. And I want to harp on that. It's not about the limit with this particular card. And I actually even said it at the first masterclass that we had back in November, that First Horizon card is one of the cards that I champion because that card came about from some of the same fundamental teachings that I help you guys learn and implement. Banking relationships, deposit history, making sure you have personal contacts at the bank, making sure they know your name, making sure they know your business. When you walk into a bank and you ask for a line of credit, you should be able to find out what bureau they pull, what credit score they look for, how much can you get approved for without showing any tax returns or bank statements, right? These are questions that you can get answers to from your business banker at banks like a First Horizon, banks like a Key Bank, a Chase. Not a Chase, First Horizon, a TD Bank. These are questions that you can sit down and have a conversation with your banker and ask these questions. Whereas like a Bank of America is just fill out the application and we'll see what happens. Right? You fill it out and you pray over it, you read over it a couple times and then you just kind of you pray over it and you let it fly, right? So that's the reason why I harp on, that 80-page cheat sheet, right? Part of that is, step one, form the business, right? That's our 5-step process. Step one, you form the business. Step two, become bank compliant. Step three, you set up your online listings. Step four, you set up small vendor accounts and trade lines. This step five, reach out to local banks and credit unions, right? Why do we want to reach out to local banks and credit unions? Because typically local banks and credit unions, they will offer you funding, whereas big banks kind of have a certain box and criteria, right? Right? They have a certain customer that they lend to, right? So if you are doing, let's say, 100,000 or less in sales, you still may be able to go to a First Horizon and get a $20,000, $50,000 business line of credit. Whereas with a Bank of America, you got to come in the door with 2 years tax returns. You got to have an 800 credit score. You got to be making $3 to $5 million a year just to pull out that 50K, right? Because you're not their customer. 50K is a small loan to a Bank of America. But it's like a bank like a First Horizon, a TD Bank. If you bank with them, if you keep money in the account, if they know you by name, right? If the banker knows you by name, you can have a conversation. Now you're in the game to actually start getting funding. And you can do this rinse and repeat with multiple banks. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that with you guys, is that what you want to start to do is build relationships with these banks. When you go to the bank, don't just go to the teller, do what you need to do with the teller, stop by their desk. Hey, my name's Audrey. I'm a local entrepreneur and business owner. I just wanted to have a conversation and find out more about your business lending products. That's how the conversation should go. It should not be, hey, Do I need tax returns? Do I need bank statements? Can I get approved without a hard inquiry? Those are not questions that you want to go into a bank and ask, right? The questions that you want to ask is, hey, I've been a customer for X amount of months, X amount of years. Is there anything that I qualify for in regards to funding, right? Or, hey, I noticed on the website that you guys offer term loans for auto. Can you tell me more about what the application needs to look like to get an approval? Okay. These are the conversations that you want to start having with your business bankers, right? They know your name, you know their name, you can call them, you can sit down and have a conversation, right? That's why when you guys do the one-on-one calls with me, I can refer you to banks in your state or your area is because I have relationships with these banks. I know what programs they offer based on where your business is, based on where your business is going, how much projected revenue you have. TD Bank is great because they offer business lines of credit to startups, right? You can get a business line of credit. Same thing as cash with a business plan. Bank of America, good luck with a business plan. Just good luck. You know, it just is what it is, family. Truist BB&T business plan. You just started a business. Good luck without a relationship. So that's kind of what I wanted to just highlight tonight. You know, I did want to kind of get into some Q&A, but just be mindful that right now where things are headed, right? We got a war going on potentially, right? You need to be optimizing your personal credit, but you also need to be building banking relationships. So that's what I kind of wanted to harp on tonight, family. That's how your banking relationships look. You should be making deposits into the business account, right? You should be having conversations with your business banker, right? You should also be aware of what products they lend, what products they offer. So when you are opening up a business account, ask the banker right there at the desk when you're filling out your business application for the business account. Hey, do you offer business lines of credit? Can you tell me more? Do you offer 0% interest business credit cards? Can you tell me more? Do you offer business equipment term loans? Can you tell me more? Always be asking questions. Can you tell me more? 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 And then more than likely at these local banks, these community banks, these credit unions, they love to talk. They love to have conversations. They want to help you get the funding. You just have to put the pieces in place so that when it comes time to fill out the application, you get those approvals, family, right? And so that's where you'll have your best success. That's where you'll be most successful in your business funding journey, is building relationships with business banks like a First Horizon, like a BB&T and Truist. You know, I rep for the Truist family. But yeah, that's really where the game changes, family. When you have those business relationships, when you can call up your banker and ask these questions and get real answers, not fluff, not just not just, oh, well, we'll see, or oh, I'm not sure, or I'm not really sure what the criteria is, right? You don't want to necessarily be dealing with people like that, right? And I find that a lot of times when you bank with the Wellses and the U.S. banks of the world, that's the answers that you'll typically get. Not saying that every business banker at a U.S. bank is like that or every Wells Fargo is like that, but you typically get cookie cutter answers when you bank with the bigger banks. The local banks, the small banks, the community banks, the credit unions, when you can go into a branch and speak with the vice president of business lending or have a conversation with the branch manager, those are the banks that you want to be having relationships with, family. So I just wanted to kind of bring that to you guys tonight. I didn't want to make this a long, drawn out live stream. But again, for any of you guys who do have interest, we still have registration open for the one-day masterclass where we really deep dive into this whole topic on a deeper level. So if you text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360, you can get the link to register for our next one-day masterclass. It's on March 26th, 2022. Also, tax season is right around the corner, family. Tax season is right around the corner. Get with the family. Get with my homie Ola, man. Get your taxes filed properly. Get the right tax strategy in place early. You need to have your tax strategy in place before December. You don't want to be reaching out to Ola in December trying to strategize and do all these deduction calculations and figuring out how you can save as much as possible on taxes, get with the team now, right? GetTaxFacts.com. Get with the homie Ola O. She can help you out. She can definitely get you squared away, filing your personal and business taxes, and give you some business tax strategy. So other than that, family, if you guys, we'll go ahead and open it up for Q&A real quick. We'll do some Q&A. If you guys got questions, man, we can help you, kind of get some answers. Also, if you, and I'll put this link in the chat, if you want to come on the actual live stream and have a conversation, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Just make sure you got good lighting and good audio. Those are the only two requirements we ask. If you just got good lighting and good audio, you'll be good to go. Y'all like that? Good audio, good lighting, and you'll be good to go. Yeah. I just made that up. But anyway, if you got questions, guys, and you want to come on the live, you want to get, questions answered. Regina, you missed the gym. Come on, Regina, you can't be late. You just missed the gym, family. Also, I'm thinking we're gonna do some meetups, man, locally, and we looking at a few cities, man. So tap in. Let me know what cities we should hit to do business funding made easy meetups. I'm thinking we should do some meetups. Free, come out, get some game, have some conversation, network, fellowship. Everybody promote their business. What business you own? How can we help you get the funding? Get into some strategy. That's really what it's about, family. Yeah, Regina, we just kind of went over everything. You gotta go back and watch. That's all. You gotta go back and watch the replay. But we appreciate you tapping in, family. As always, Winston-Salem in the building. What's going on, Winston? Regina, I gotta, yeah. So get tax facts. The homie Ola, man. So that's the actual website. Just go in, fill out the intake form, and she'll get you right. She'll get you straight, Regina. So gettaxfacts.com, and tap in with it. Yep. But yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna do some meetups in the summertime, family. I'm thinking we're gonna get back out here in these streets, man, and bless the people with some of this business funding credit game, man, because it's very much needed, especially going into the type of economy that we may be headed to, right? Banking relationships matter a whole lot more, right? You see a lot of people getting denied for Navy Federal back in 2020, mid 2020, from about May to about October of 2020, a lot of people was not getting approved for Navy Federal. They didn't have a relationship. Remember, Navy Federal has their own internal score. They have their own internal score aside from your personal credit score. So just keep that in mind. But let's take some quick questions, man, so we can get out of here. Let's see. How soon should you pay off your net 30 account? 7 to 10 days early is ideal. If you missed a payment, if you didn't pay by the due date, then I would say 14 days. Zy 502. Hopefully that answers your question. Coach Urson said the meetup sound great. Yeah, we're gonna definitely try to network, man. So we'll be in Birmingham. Don't even trip. We'll definitely be in Birmingham sooner rather than later. Also, if you register for the meetup, for anybody who is not the meetup, the Masterclass. If you previously registered for the Masterclass, if you already paid for your ticket, or if you're thinking about coming, get your ticket, because I got a special offer for everybody who attends the Masterclass that I'm not going to put out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, nowhere else but the Masterclass. You guys will get first access to a new program and a new something I think is going to be a game changer. So you guys will get first dibs to get access to it and hear it first before I put it out to the universe. So if you come to the Masterclass, I'm going to be making you a special offer, a Godfather offer that you can't refuse. All right. Yeah, Andre, no problem at all. We definitely going to do South Florida, Rev. South Florida is definitely on the list for the meetup, man. I'm gonna bring my Unc. See, Unc don't come out the house, man. I ain't gonna say he don't come out the house, but he be low key. My Unc, Lamar, man. So we're gonna get Lamar. We're gonna bring him out South Florida. I'm gonna tap in with my family, Jack the God. Who else? Daniela Illiman. I don't want to mispronounce her name, but that's the fam. She's on Instagram. We got to do Philly. We got to see if we can get business credit Devin to come out in Philly. But yeah, man, I say let's do the meetups. Let's start having conversations around funding and how to get access to capital for our businesses, because it's headed in a direction where it's definitely going to be vital in the next 6 months. You have to do the things that we talked about tonight. You have to build a relationship. You have to have a rapport. You can't go in cold to a lot of these banks. If they don't know you, they can't flow you. Shout out to Grant Cardone. But yeah, family, if you guys don't have any questions about anything, we can hop off. But let's see. Evelyn, the business girl, said, after getting a virtual business address, do we continue to pay monthly on that? Yes. Yes. So, yes, you will pay monthly on the virtual address as long as you use it. Yes. So that is a monthly payment. Now, one thing you could do, Evelyn, and we touch on this at the masterclass, but let's say you have let's just say Ola, for instance, right? Let's just say if you were filing your taxes with Ola and she had an office space. Let's say she was working out of a commercial office space. One thing you could do is, let's say you got a tax professional or a dentist office or somebody that has like a physical location. You could basically pay them like $20, $30, $40 a month to use their business address. So you could do that. That could be a way to, bring in them some revenue. And then also you could maybe save a couple dollars on a virtual address that's not flagged as a mail drop. But that's what I would do as well. Let's see. Coach Ursula said, is TD Bank an online bank? I don't know, Ursula, but I can find out. I don't know if they're online. They're more of a local bank. They're kind of like a First Horizon, or I'm trying to think of a bank in Alabama, or like a AOD in Alabama, right? AOD Credit Union. It just kind of depends. Bob T says, hey, does this business T-shirt club report to Experian? I've gotten mixed reviews saying that it doesn't report to Experian, but instead reports to Equifax. So actually, Bob, they report to all three. So they should report to Business Equifax, Business Experian, and Business Dun & Bradstreet. Now, one thing about Business T-shirt club, they do not report they don't report the annual fee. So a lot of people just pay the annual fee and think that Business T-shirt club will report. It doesn't work like that. You actually have to order from them in order for Business T-shirt club to report to the bureaus. But they report to all three business bureaus: Business Equifax, Business Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet. So great question, Bob T. And again, guys, I'll put the link in the chat. If you guys want to hop on the live stream on camera, you got good audio, good lighting, we can do a quick Q&A. We'll take a few more questions and get out of here. Let's see. Nicole Jackson says, anyone having trouble with Uline reporting to the credit bureaus? I'm not aware. My Uline accounts have always reported, Nicole. I'm not aware of them not reporting. But one thing you have to kind of keep in mind is that it costs these vendors money to report, guys. So I always err on the side of spending $80 to $100. $100 plus is ideal. $100 or more in tier 1. But Nicole, I'm not aware of any slowdown in reporting for Uline. Great question. Jazz said, if you're going to open more than one business, is there a way to go about it without getting 3 to 4 virtual addresses, or do I have to get one for each business? Ideally, you want to get one for each business, but if you set up that management company, that holding company, you could probably maybe get away with using it for one of the sub. So if you had like a holding company and then you had like a parent company kind of hanging off of that, you could maybe use it for one of the 3. So you could use it for 2 of the 4. But yeah, ideally, Rev, you do want to have different addresses. Now, keep in mind, home address is not terrible right now. During COVID, home addresses were still getting approved for business lines, business credit cards, all the above. So, the home address, not a huge deal as it was prior to COVID. So, just keep that in mind too, Rev. If you want to kind of save on costs, home address with a suite number is perfectly a good option as well. So that's hopefully that answers the question. But yeah, fam, I appreciate y'all. I know it's been a short live. We usually stay on a little longer, man, but I got work to do, man. I told y'all we got some sponsorships opportunities coming. Website getting done. I got a new program we're gonna roll out to all the attendees at the Masterclass. So we're just trying to get the back end for that working. We working, family. That's all you guys. Just know, family. We always working, man. We're trying to improve. We're trying to get better. We're trying to make this the best experience for everybody who's a part of this, whether you're part of our live streams, whether you're an online training student, and our soon to be new program that we're going to be offering to everyone who attends the Masterclass. We're just trying to be world class. We're just trying to give you guys as much game, as much value as possible. Real quick, we'll take this last few questions. James Jones said, how many trade experience should I have with each vendor account? Does it only take one purchase from Crown? Oh, yes. So to answer your question, for DNB, you need 3 unique trade experiences. 3 unique. So one from Quill, one from Uline, and then one from Crown. Even though Crown doesn't report to DNB. But yes, you need 3 unique payment experiences, and then you'll get your payback score. All right. All right. One last question. I would like for you to be on my radio show. Yeah, absolutely, Coach Ursula. Let's hook it up. I'm definitely down. And then Andre said, what is the Vantage 3.0 score about? So that's just like a third-party score. Banks don't really use it. It's more of a public record score. It's really not highly regarded for approvals. I have yet to see a bank that will actually approve you for a mortgage, credit card, auto loan, anything of the sort with a Vantage score. So, but other than that, family, we'll hop off of here, and we'll definitely tap in. Again, if you are watching this on the replay, make sure you get your 80 Paydays cheat sheet. Head over to 80paydayscheatsheet.com. All right, and then also, if you want to attend our next masterclass on March 26th, it's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have VIP and we have general admission. The VIPs get 1 extra hour the day before the actual event. So we'll hop on a jam session the day before. And on Saturday, after the live event, we will have a whole hour of Q&A. So you guys get 2 hours with me, plus you get all the game, plus you get all the downloads and the giveaways. Anybody who does a VIP ticket gets entered to win the giveaway. So we're giving away gift cards. We are probably going to give away AirPods. We'll announce the giveaways probably. We'll do a live stream later this week to announce what the giveaways will be. But it's going to be dope, man. And again, like I said, for everybody who attends, you guys are going to get a special offer. So you definitely want to make sure you tap in for that, family. And other than that, we'll go ahead and hop off of here. And Nicole, I'm glad you said that. So yeah, the Calendly the link will be back. We will be bringing back the free strategy calls. I know I've been saying it for a month, but we will be bringing back the free calls later on in April, or probably later this month. So just be on the lookout for it. But yes, the link is down right now, Nicole, because we don't have the free strategy calls available. But we'll be bringing them back. But all right, family, we'll get out of here. As always, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bells. We go live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. right here on YouTube, Carolina's own channel. Subscribe. I'm trying to get the subscribers up. Subscribe. All right. We'll holler at you guys, man. Peace.